tonight. I see we have a pretty big crowd already. I appreciate that. We've got right now, it looks like we have 15 people here. Awesome. We've got 17 likes. That means some people are left. Did I scare me off that quick? All right, let's check out channel member. Hello, Rolf, or should I say Mr. Lucky? We've got Ground Fog. We've got Marco. Who else is here? Greg Vanderlip. What's up, Greggy? Who else? Ed Gordon. Hello there. Welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you in here before, and if I have, I apologize for not remembering. Neil McKenzie, channel member. Henry G. What's up? KR Knives Review. Hello there, my friend. Channel member. Robert Jones, channel member. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. Geek Machinist. Hello, Elijah. What's up, my friend? Channel member. Appreciate you being here. Ramsey Silent. Oh, no, wait. You're not. I thought you were a channel member. No, you are. Okay. McRanger. Hello there. How are you doing, buddy? Ron Crow, channel member. Welcome in. Welcome in. Stephen Parks. Hello there. Welcome in, buddy. The Lemon Trauma. Hello there. Channel member, welcome in. Welcome in. Brown Sugar, channel member. Hello, my friend. How you doing, Sheila? All right. I think, hopefully I didn't miss anybody. And as more people come in, we'll say hello. But how's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay tonight? Hopefully. I will share something with you before the show. I cracked a tooth. So I have taken a bunch of Advil. So we'll get through this. But yeah, it's just my luck. But yeah, we'll get through. So this was an interesting week. I didn't get a lot of stuff in as far as knives go, but I have some other stuff and came in. I really didn't order any knives, so nothing. I shouldn't say that. I didn't order any knives that are going to show up this week. I did order some stuff that's going to show up in the line. We'll talk about that later. But let's dig in right away and show you some stuff that did come in. First thing that came in were 2 giveaway wins from Blade HQ on Whatnot. So I've been hanging out on Whatnot a lot. So the first one was this patch that came in. I won this in one of their giveaways, and it says, "Presidents are temporary. Knives are every day." And I know it's backwards on the screen because of the way I shoot with my camera, phone. And then the second one was a monkey fist by a company called Combat Ready. I will say, even though I haven't taken it out of the bag yet, I like the ones that Kelly makes. Our very own Kelly's Mishmash makes better than these. I won this, so I'm not going to say no, but the ones Kelly makes are so much better. I don't know if she's here or not, but that's the truth. Kelly makes much better stuff. So we'll put those off to the side. You know, the patch is kind of cool. I like the patch. Then, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, I talked about, or not a couple of weeks ago, last week, I talked about how I had ordered the Naps Halloween knife, and when they shipped it, they shipped the right knife, but it wasn't engraved properly. And I'll show you what I mean by that. They shipped this knife, and never mind these scales, it came with these scales with the spider webs. Well, I had contacted them because it was supposed to have the spider on the blade for the Halloween edition, and this one did not. So when I contacted them, they said, "Okay, we'll send you out the another knife, but we'll just send it with black scale so you can do the swap." Okay, hopefully we come back. Hopefully we're back, because we just lost a lot of people in here. Are we back? I think we're back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. My internet crashed. So now we are running on cellular, the power of 5G. So sorry about that, guys. So I don't know where we got off to there, but let's show you what I was talking about. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys saw but where we dropped off there, but this was the roll that NAF sent over as well as the letter. But this is, again, what knife roll looks like when they're full. I've got 4 of these over there. I like these a lot. When you fill them, they hold 10 knives. Like I was saying, you can see right through to see every knife that you have in there, which is kind of cool. Which is really cool. Fred the Lug, hello there. Matt Maurer, hello there. So these are cool. These are usually giveaways a few times a year. Excuse me, a few times a year. That Civivi Send Cut and We giveaway when you buy their knives, and I'm sure that NAF's, being a dealer as well for We Send Cut, and actually for Civivi and We, because they have Ben Peterson designs, they probably had a bunch of these sitting around the office. But I thought it was really cool that they sent these. So that, they sent all this different swag and whatnot. They didn't have to, but they went well beyond taking care of me. There have been some companies that have done that this year. Kershaw, their customer service was awesome, and a company that Wuben. There was one Wuben flashlight that I had a problem with, and the problem is weird because even with the Wuben flashlight is when you turn it off, even though the light goes off, it's still running power to the switch. So it drains the battery. It never fully turns off. I contacted Wuben. Within a day, they had me a new. Within a day, I had a reply. In 2 days, I had a new flashlight from them, which you can't beat that customer service, which is why I support those companies. So there's that. J1 Newbie in the house. Hello there. Welcome in, my friend. So I don't know if I missed anybody else coming in when we went dead there for a minute or so, but El Cap Addict, I'm not sure if you heard me say hello to you or not, but I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So we've got 27 people in here. That's awesome. We've got 25 thumbs up. That's close. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. So let's talk about some other things that came in. So this was the big week for Olight shipping out the ARC Pros. And if you had pre-ordered the Olight, you got this nice Olight shirt. You got a surprise gift, which was this little guy, the little rechargeable guy. Which one is this again? This is the I1R2. That was a surprise gift, which made me very happy because I didn't actually have this one. One of the only Olights I don't have. So that came along, as well as what else was sent in there? The t-shirt, the light. I thought there was something else I'm drawing a blank on. But also, obviously, most important, the Olight. And this is the ARC Pro. And this flashlight is awesome. Really awesome. Worth the price. Now, I bought it on the pre-sale, so I didn't pay the full price, and then I got like the free shipping and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, love this so far. Really great. And in fact, Cliff Brott, welcome in, my friend. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Where I live, there's a mailbox, and in our development, coming around the corner to where I am, it's completely black. You can't see a thing when you're out there. So I always go to the mailbox at night when I get home from work with the flashlight on. Well, last night, me and my wife got home really late, and we were checking the mailbox, and some idiot comes through our complex going way too fast and spinning too wide. and they are coming directly at me. Now, this is the second time this has happened in like 6 months. I think I told you guys about it happening once before. Well, once again, the Olight was in my hand, and once again, I did the, sorry, don't mean to give you a seizure, but I did that quickly, shined it in the car, and it swerved right around me. Once again, Olight saving my life. No exaggeration. I would have been hit by this car head on, while checking my mail. Really, my development should have lights out there, but they don't, and they're never going to install them. So, really, this Olight saved me. So, thank you to Olight for that. How far are we in? Oh, it's only 10:15. We've got plenty of time. So, other stuff that came in, we got, let's see. Well, I picked up something that, if you guys get out of hand, Dragoon, LSK, welcome in. Paul Mills, hello there, channel member. What's up, Dragoon is also a channel member. Welcome in. Metal Relic Art, hello there. So, if you guys get out of line and you need to be punished, I got a kazoo. That's right, a kazoo. That's right. So, get out of line. You'll get the kazoo treatment. Just kidding. I figured, though, I would scare you guys with that. By the way, who was in Rob's? Obviously, Rolf. We know you were in Rob's stream on last Monday and won the big prize. Congratulations, Rolf. Just a day after winning my little prize. But, Rolf was, Rob was actually really good at getting through his giveaways without over kazooing. Yeah, no, we're not going to play around with the kazoo. It's just an empty threat, But wait, there's more. Oh, no. We won't be doing that. But I happen to see the kazoo, and I enjoy a good kazoo every once in a while. But I won't be doing it on camera. We've got phasers and lightsabers here. We don't play around with kazoos. Which reminds me, I was thinking about something. I was possibly thinking about doing a 1 hour Monday, around 7 o'clock Eastern time show, or maybe even 8 o'clock. So I would overlap the beginning of Rob slightly. I was thinking about it. Let me know what you guys think. Homer Feltus, hello there. Welcome in, my friend. And Ill Knives, hello there. No, we're not. No. For the people who are new around here, we play with lightsabers on this channel. We give lightsaber salutes for membership anniversaries and big super chats and big occasions. And then on top of that, we play with phasers. And we give phaser salutes. So we don't go playing kazoos. We could, though, but we don't. We don't even pick up any of the guitars that are sitting around me. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, and I've heard people say that, Elijah, that some people don't like Rob's channel because of the kazoo. So, I might go on. I was thinking about maybe doing an hour. I don't want to. Listen, Rob's got 10,000 subscribers, and I'm approaching 3,000. We're actually getting close, by the way, for that. Rams is Silent, channel member for 4 months, part of the Explorers Club. You get a lightsaber salute. And thank you for being a channel member. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. I was also considering something. How would you guys like this idea? I have an insane... Kathleen Smith, hello there. When I usually listen to anybody's live streams, I usually have earbuds in. And sometimes that kazoo kills me. But I like Rob, so I I stick around because I genuinely like Rob. You know, I think he has a good time with it. I think his channel's fun. Can the kazoo get a little crazy at times? Yeah, but it is what it is. You go there and you expect it. You know what's going to happen. You know. Is he on at the same time that Rob begins? Because I was thinking about doing it like the same, because Rob goes really long with his show, and I was thinking about just doing it like that first hour. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I know Casey's on too. I wouldn't love Casey's lives. I don't get this. You know, times that Casey goes on, I'm usually doing stuff. I don't really get a chance to go into his lives all that much, which is a shame because I really like Casey a lot. He's a good guy. You know. Oh, 100%. 100% Geek Machinist. Absolutely. You know, it's really funny about that. I work with a guy who's very much into jazz. And on my side of the office, I have basically, I keep things work safe. So I can put on a good mix of like 70s rock, 80s rock, 60s rock, even some 90s rock. And some of the newer stuff, but as long as it's not too heavy and too loud, you know. Robin Dallum, hello there. Welcome in, channel member. Except this guy on the other side, my friend, and he's a good guy. His name is Kevin, and he's a bassist, and he loves jazz, and he'll be playing jazz on the other side. And I just feel like, all right, people over there, you're in an elevator. You know, I respect jazz musicians; they're all great, but man, it's an old joke. How do you make $1 million playing jazz? Start with 2 million. But gotcha. So, but I was thinking about something. And I got the idea from, I don't know if anybody follows LawTube. Obviously, we have KnifeTube, but there's LawTube for people who are into court cases and true crime and real live law cases where they analyze it. And my wife is very much into that. And there's this guy, Runkle the Bailey. He's a lawyer in Canada. And periodically he will do, to raise money for charity, he'll do a 24-hour straight live stream. And I was thinking about doing something like that. And I was thinking about maybe doing it this upcoming weekend or maybe New Year's weekend. Just doing a 24-hour live stream. You know, we'll probably, if I was going to do it to try to raise money for cancer awareness. As you guys know, my sister-in-law has cancer. My mom had cancer when she was alive. My dad had cancer at one point. So it's something that means a lot to me, you know. Ed Harrison, hello there, my friend. So it's something I was thinking about doing. Who would think it would be fun just to, I know no one's going to sit through 24 hours, but if I just went on doing 24-hour live stream and people could pop in and out, hang out, they could come and go, you know. What do you think? Think it's something I should do? Oh, on that live stream, everything's on the table. Guitar, I mean, it's not just Kubey Knives. Everything will be on the table. Guitars, you know, action figures, toy collecting, watch collecting, all of it. Like everything will be on the table. We'll just go. It'll be a go. Video games, you know. So I was thinking about it. Let me know, you know, if it's something that you'd be interested in. All right. So back to some of the stuff that came in this week. Again, not a ton of stuff came in because I didn't order a lot. This was a knife that is actually going to Rolf. Rolf, I still have it here because I haven't shipped it out because I wanted to show it on the live stream. So Rolf won this one. This is a Flissa, and this thing is really cool. If you look at it close, you've got a front flipper and a traditional flipper, but they're really small, and action on that's amazing. Look at the blade. Flissa did a great job on this. D2, very minimal branding. On the pivot, you have the F, the Flissa F, which they turn sideways to look like a mountain, which looks really cool. Now, if you notice, no lock on the bottom, no button locks, no crossbar locks. Why? because this is what they're calling their safety bar lock. Basically, it's a Venker lock. You just push in here on the middle and it closes. That's your button right there. It's very similar to Vosteed's Venker lock. And they did a really nice job. Aluminum backspacer on that. G10 handles. The clip is deep carry and reversible. And the action on it's fantastic. The only thing I don't like is they threw their name across the clip. But you can always change that out. You just get a generic clip and throw that on. I have generic black clips, which if I were keeping this, I would throw it on. But this is going to Rolf. He won it. And the action on that's phenomenal. Even the front flipper, which is kind of small, but works really well. Yeah, Rolf, this one is yours. So, and what I like is both tabs, both flipper tabs are tiny, but they work, you know. It just sounds great. Like I said, there's the lock. You just press that middle button. So kind of cool that they're making a version of the Venker lock. And these come in at around the $30 price point. Although I think for Black Friday now they dropped the price. Part of the big giant Amazon Black Friday sale. So that's kind of cool. But I really like this. This is probably, and I've got a lot of Flissa knives because I actually think Flissa makes a good knife. I think this is their best knife so far. Now, if they had only made this in a 14 C28N, it would be even better. It's a D2, which I don't mind D2. But considering that a lot of their newer knives now are coming in 14 C28N, I'm surprised they went with D2 on this. But I guess they're trying to keep it at a price point, you know. But let's see, anybody come in that I might have missed? No, it looks like I don't think I missed anybody. So let me go back and check. All right, looks pretty good. Looks like we have most of the regulars here. I appreciate that. So something else that came in, because I decided, why not? It was $4. And that's this guy. This is a Yardworks pruning saw. And this is good to going into a bushcrafting kit. I'm going to tell you, this thing is really solid. Solid lockup. Really nice blade. Couldn't tell you what the blade steel is. You know, feels good. The locking system, like I said, works really well. And it folds right up into the housing. Like, there we go. Locks in there perfectly. This is going to go great in my bushcrafting kit. You know, I was going to get something. I was going to get like a silly saw, which, you know, a silky saw, which are fantastic. They're probably the best out there. But you're going to pay like, you know, 80, 90 bucks. I was like, this thing is $4. And for what I'm going to use it for, well, actually, I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to test it. I'm actually going to take this outside and test it to see how well it cuts. But not bad, right? I mean, it was worth a shot. Found this on Amazon, which is really funny because this was actually branded. Yeah, it is. It's actually from Menards. So there, you know, it says on there, visit menards.com. So somehow a seller on Amazon got a bunch of these from Menards, whether it be on clearance or not, you know, and we're selling them. It was $3.98. I figured, what the hell, you know? But yeah, well, it's you know, it's a saw. This is what you're going to throw in your bushcrafting you know, bag, so that way you're not, you know, not using your knives to cut, you know, a branch or something like that, you know. But yeah, kind of cool. Then I found, actually, I didn't find these. I think Surviving the Daily was talking about these. And as soon as I saw them, I had to order them. And these are your tin your tin organizer inserts. So these are made for Altoids tins, and these come in different colorways. This one is has a 4-pack with 4 different colors. Let's open it up, because I actually haven't opened it up to look at it yet. So why in God's name do they do this? There we go. Always use a knife to open a box. It's just easier. So you got these little organizers. We'll get them out, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. In different configurations. That one gives you 3 compartments. This gives you, what, 4 compartments. This gives you 5. This one gives you 5. And these are meant to go into your Altoids tins, so you can organize easier. They fit right in. They should fit right in, right? Let's see. There we go. Yeah, they go right in. And it just gives you some organization ability, which for me, this wouldn't be used for like a survival kit, because you really don't want to. That limits the size of what you can put in lengthwise. Although this one you could, but what I would do with this is put parts, whether it be watch parts, things like that, you know. Like I have these little tins sitting around with parts, like clips and stuff. And, you know, I have big cases, but these would be good. Or if you did want to put these into like a survival type of tin, you could use multiples of these. Use one for like, use the red one for first aid supplies, you know. Oh, wait, I can't put this one. Okay. You know, like I could put one in here. Use this one just for first aid. Use this one for, you know, that sort of thing. So these organizers are great. They sell the 4-pack of these for $10 usually on Amazon. But right now they're on a Black Friday deal, and they are going for $7.99 on Black Friday special. So definitely check these out. Definitely worth it, you know. Like I said, you can organize your tins. They have the different colors. You can get them all in one color. I think they have packs that are all red, packs that are all white, packs that are all blue. I just went with the multi because I thought it might come in handy having the multi. So that's kind of cool, I think. And again, it's the tin organizer insert, you know. And I know, like, if you have the ability to 3D print, you can get these patterns online and 3D print them yourself. But I figured for $7.99, why not? It's worth not having to. I don't have a 3D printer anyway, but I have friends who do, you know. All right, let's see. I missed some. Paul Mills, member for 1 month. You get a lightsaber salute. Dragoon LSK, member for 1 month. You get a lightsaber salute. Awesome. Thanks for your memberships, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Is Kelly in here? Did I miss Kelly? Oh, there's Kelly. Hello, Kelly. So, Kelly, I had mentioned you before, just so you know. I had won a giveaway from Blade HQ, and in the Blade HQ giveaway, they had thrown in a monkey fist. And I was telling everybody, your monkey fists are way better than this one from Blade HQ. So everybody who's looking for monkey fists, lanyards, things like that, reach out to Kelly. She makes the best around. I don't say that lightly. So definitely reach out to Kelly. So we'll move the organizers out of the way. And we will put the kazoo out of the way, and not to scare anybody, because we won't be kazooing on this channel. Maybe. Next thing I bought, I got a couple of things today. I've got this, which is the Gordon, the 4-sided diamond hone block. I bought these. These are, I want to say like $12. And if you're a member of the Harbor Freight Insiders Club, I think they're on sale right now for $7.99. These work really well. I watched about 10 different YouTubers who use these and have reviewed them, and they like them a lot. On here, you've got 4 grits. You've got 200 grit, so extra coarse. You've got your 300 grit, your 400 grit, and then your fine 600 grit. So let's open this up and show you what's in the box itself. So I like opening up stuff. Like I said, I just got this today. I didn't have time to open it, but that changes now. So it has this base that's got these rubber feet, so it's not going to slide. And then you've got in here your diamond plates. And again, you can see they're numbered. You know, you've got 200, 300, 400, and 600. And that'll lock right into here to make sharpening really easy. And these are done really well. Not, again, I just opened it, but from everything I've seen online, people who have used it and reviewed it, they say these are no joke. So I'm looking forward. I have a couple of things I want to try this on. In fact, I have a couple of axes that I want to, you know, like hatchets that I want to run through here, you know. Wyvern Kodiak, hello, my friend. So I got this, another sharpening system to go with the other sharpening systems, you know. But we'll see. We'll run through some tests. Maybe we'll do a video on it. But I got a bunch of videos I have to do. This week is going to be rough because this last week there were some nights where a lot of stuff going on at work, and I got too caught up and I fell behind on making videos. So this week, literally every night when I come home from work, I'll cook dinner and then throw myself into the studio to record videos. I have a bunch of videos that I have to get out, stuff I promised different vendors that would be out, that will be out this week because I'm on a deadline. Self-imposed deadline, really, you know, but I want to get their stuff out timely because I have other stuff coming. A company sent me some product, a company called Epic Water Filters, and they make water filtration systems that go under your sink. They make the pitchers almost like the Pure company does, where you fill with water, goes in your refrigerator. And then they make an outdoor one. Actually, let me go grab that real quick. I will grab that. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. So as you guys know, as I come back into the room, I don't do just knives. I do EDC gear as well and outdoor stuff. I haven't done a lot of the outdoor stuff lately, but there's more coming. But this is a company, again, called Epic Water, and they shipped me this. It's a Nalgene bottle, but it's got a filtration system. So, Skull EDC, welcome in, welcome in. Did I see Tricky 48? Welcome in. So, what you have are these filters. You got 2 different types of filters that go in the bottle. Your straw connects to the filter. You fill it with water, and then you drink through there. Now, you've got one which is a, let me see which one's which here. One of them is a tap water filter. So if you're just drinking regular tap water, you use the tap water filter. But if you're doing outdoors type of stuff and you're bringing in river water or lake water, that type of thing, you use the other filter because the other one will pull out the sediment and purify the water. This will take out 99.9% of all percent of all contaminants. Now, what's nice is Epic is a company out of Colorado. They're making their stuff in Colorado, which is really nice. And they teamed up with Nalgene to produce this filter system. And I'm looking forward to putting this to the test. In fact, locally here we have Stokes State Forest, and Stokes State Forest has a natural a natural stream that runs through it, and they've tapped into it. And people go there and they literally will fill up gallon water jug bottles, go right there, fill it up to get natural spring water. Well, I'm going to go there and I'm going to use this to test it initially. You know, Alex Kerber, welcome in, buddy. Glad you're here. I didn't see you before. Oh, I'm glad, Tricky48. I'm glad we can make go by quicker. So this is a product that was sent to me. And then they sent me the refrigerator filter, which we started using today because they literally came on Friday. I know they claim to be made in Colorado, so I don't know. I can only go by what they say. You know. Now it could be assembled in Colorado with parts made elsewhere. That could be too, but they are a Colorado-based company, and they're, you know. But either way, I like the type of products they're making. You know. So that came in. Then today I stopped at the good old Home Depot. And for the longest time, I keep saying to myself, I want to get a Milwaukee Fastback utility knife. I know Zach in the wild, he like loves those things and he talks about them all the time. So I said, all right, I'm going to go get one. Well, when I got there, they had these 2 packs on sale. So I don't need 2 of them. I'm going to keep one. I'm going to cut this pack down the middle, and one of you guys is going to win the other one. So these things are great if you don't know. It's a 6-in-1 type of product. It's got a wire stripper built in, bottle opener. You've got your screwdriver attachment right there, your bit driver, you know, utility blade. It does all kinds of fun things. And it's got a nut driver, you know, it works as a nut driver as well. So I'm going to keep, like I said, I'm going to keep one for myself, and I'm going to split the package down, and someone's going to win the other half. So I hope everybody appreciates that. We'll do that. And the price of these right now, if you buy these individually, they are priced at $20 at the current time. But if you buy the 2-pack, they're $19 as part of their Christmas, you know, displays that they have up in the front. So we'll do that. We'll give that away, you know. No, I did not, Kelly. The Kickstarters that I'm currently involved in are the NAFS OCT, the Old College Try. I was backer number 1 on that. Backer number 1 on the TCAL folding knife. I backed that as well. I'm backer number 2 currently on the Artisan Cutlery, the knife that they just dropped on there. It's their older knife. They brought it back as a new design. I'm drawing a blank on it. But I'm backer number 2 on that. And then I backed the Vero blades. I think it's the Axiom, the budget Axiom that they have coming out. So those are the ones I'm currently backing. Oh, and then I have a couple others I backed previously. So sorry, I was trying to read what's going on in the chat. Yeah, Kelly, the Workshop Pro Elite's amazing. I mean, I've got the 2 different field sharpeners that I use by Workshop, and now I've been using. I told you guys a couple weeks ago I started using this one, the Workshop, the combo sharpener, which is really good for an inexpensive powered sharpener and does a really great job. You know, this is just going to be for resharpening. This is not, and honing. This is not going to be for, you know, putting an edge on a blank. You're not going to do that with this, but for what basically I do, this is everything I need. You know, I like Workshop stuff, you know, but good stuff there. Oh, I have not. In fact, this is the first time I'm wearing the shirt. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It glows. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I did not know that. Thanks, Matt. I had no idea. That's really cool. That loom is almost as good as the loom on this watch. Check that out. This is an Addy's dive. I'll show you this later, but when we do the pocket checks. But yeah, that's really kind of cool. I'm going to have fun with that later. I love everything that glows in the dark, by the way. I'm a child when it comes to that kind of stuff. You want to sell me a knife? Throw some glowy bits on it. I'll buy it. You know, you want to sell me, flashlights or things like that? Throw glowy bits on them. I'll buy them. you know. And the last thing that came in, and actually this was a Kickstarter as well. Actually, I'm going to be honest, this came in a few weeks back, but I forgot all about it. And this is a company called Gadget On. And this is a gear pouch that came in. This is one that is, I'm just opening this for the first time. So I backed this on Kickstarter because this looked really cool. This is a pouch that's really on the big side. This is actually a little bit bigger than the Maxpedition Beefy. When you open it, this is where it really wins. Oh, let's take the paper out of it, the shipping paper. When you open it, you've got this organizer pouch here. So you've got places for bits all in here, or small things, because you've got the small Molly pouches. You've got 3 different pouches right here. You've got a larger pouch. Then you've got this Molly attachment that slides right in there, so you can organize, or you can put it on the other side. You can actually Velcro it in. Then you've got the wide pocket there, and then inside there you've got 2 zippered pouches. So this thing has all kinds of organization, bits to it. But kind of cool. I know it's hard for me to show you guys this on camera, but you got that there. Then on the outside, you've got Molly attachments here, but you've got a full Velcro hook and loop right there. So you can kind of just take any pouch or any, like you could take this big guy and just stick it right on there, which is nice. So you can put anything else. And on the back, you've got all the Molly straps, and you've got these nice zipper pulls. And it's a nice size pouch. Also, it's semi-rigid, Let's see what else we got. Thanks, Ramses. Yes, if you're here, give it a thumbs up. It really does help. But kind of cool, It's got a lot going on with this pouch. It's going to hold a lot. Now, this is obviously not a pocket pouch, but you can, if you get the right Molly attachments, you could attach a strap to this, so you could wear it as a sling, which I think would be really nice because of the way it opens. You can actually open it like that and not have everything fall out if you had it here on a sling, with a shoulder sling on it, And you've got so many ways you can organize with this. Just really a great idea, You can almost lay it flat if you needed to with that divider. And I'm sure if you have weight in there, it'll actually fold out flat. But kind of cool. This is a company called Gadget On. This is their M1 EDC organizer. So, but yeah, I had backed this on Kickstarter, and now it's available to purchase in their store. So, kind of cool. Like I said, this is actually the first time opening it. Oh, it's also, I didn't realize that it does have a handle on it, so you can kind of carry it. Yeah, that's did not realize that. Cool. So there's that. We'll put this in here. And I think that is just about everything that came in. Oh, by the way, the other thing that Naps sent along was the Space Kitty cleaning cloth as well. I forgot to show you guys that. That came along. So that's what's new and good this week. So I thought I wasn't going to have anything to talk about because very few knives came in, but a lot of other stuff. I discussed this a few weeks back, so it's not secret. My sister-in-law, we did the walk for breast cancer awareness with her. She had her surgery this last week. That went okay, but now in the follow-up, they found she has cancer as well in her lymph nodes in her arm, so she'll be going in for surgery to take care of that now. And then after that, it'll begin the radiation and the chemo. So for everybody who's been praying for her, thank you. Appreciate that. She is doing well. Her spirits are up, and we're doing well. And in support, I haven't taken off my breast cancer awareness bracelet, but also soon on my mat, you're going to see that represented on my mat in my videos. And I reached out to Zach Stuff for him to, if he has one, to send me a pink one so I could help, so I can represent and support cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness in my videos. Just a little way, I'm trying to show as much support for her as I possibly can. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. And I told her about, because all you guys had said in the chat that you'd be praying for her, and a lot of people reached out to me. And I told her all this, and I showed it to her, and that made her really happy because she is very religious. I'm not as religious, but she is, so it really means a lot to her, I appreciate that, Roger, but she's, her spirits are up, and we're making sure we keep her spirits up. We're helping her with her kids and whatnot, and that sort of thing, and helping her with everything she needs. So, but so sometimes that's like in the last few weeks, like sometimes like I haven't put out as many videos as I'd like to and some of the other stuff. It's because my mind's not been there all the time. It's been a lot of thinking about her and whatnot, and other stuff too. Stuff that's going on at work. Oh, all right. And then there is one more thing that came in. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to let you guys know she's doing okay. So, yes, Cliff, absolutely. Positive thoughts coming your son's way, and everybody pray for Cliff's son as well. That'd be awesome. Like I said, I'm not very religious, but I will send positive thoughts because I believe that helps as well. So the other thing that came in today was something I did order on the Black Friday sale. We're going to talk about Black Friday sales in a little bit, but I got this little guy, the little Work Pro, pliers. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Roger. I mean, this is like right after, like one of my coworkers who I'm very close with got breast cancer like 10 years after she had it before, and went through the whole thing, and she, knock on wood, she beat it. And I'm hoping the same thing for my sister-in-law. So, because I can't tell you how close like I am with my wife's family and my sister-in-law and whatnot. I may bust my wife's chops at times, but I absolutely love her, and she's a great person. So but don't let her know I said that. So, okay, back to the EDC stuff. So I did get this. Really cool, man. You've got the push button here, and you can open this wide. I had, if you guys remember, I had a little crescent wrench that I was using in my EDC pouch. Let me see if I still have that over here, because that was in the beefy video. I still haven't unpacked. So when I did the beefy video for Maxpedition, I really like this pouch so much so that I've been using it more and more, and I haven't unpacked it because I'm actually using it. So, but I had this little guy in there, if you remember, the little crescent wrench. Well, this little crescent wrench isn't bad for, for what it is. Dirt cheap little option, if you want a little wrench, a little pliers. But honestly, this thing beats the crap out of this. Now, I haven't had a Knipex, so I can't compare it to it. But as far as, little wrench, little pliers go, I like this a lot, And the only thing I think I love about this is when you pull it together, it's really small. You can do that with this, but you have to basically leave the drawers open on top. So you're going to lose space somewhere, But I like it. It's built really well, And for those who don't know, WorkPro is the parent company, or actually they're not. They're one of the companies under the Flissa umbrella. I think it's Workstar is the main company, and they make the Flissa knives, WorkPro, and they make some other stuff as well, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but so it's good stuff. I like it, All right. Yeah, Kelly, I could definitely see that. I mean, I like this a lot. Like I said, it just arrived yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it arrived yesterday, and I like it a lot. This is going to go right in to another bag that I have. This will go back into the beef or the beefy. Speaking of which, I'm sure some of you who have channels got Maxpedition reached out to you. Maxpedition reached out. They're sending me 2 more pouches to review. They're sending one called the Pico and one called the Front Pocket Platy. So those will be coming probably this week to review. It's really good to see that Maxpedition likes what I'm doing. But I realized somebody made a mistake when they were answering the email. I guess whatchamacallit, Maxpedition sent out the email to 100 content creators, and somebody, instead of just responding to Maxpedition, must have hit respond all, and it exposed everybody who is in that list. Oops. Some people very well, channels very well. Others I've never heard of, but it's kind of cool because now I got a list of other creators to check out. I always like discovering new channels, but kind of cool. Laser Ghost Knives. Is that you, Donnie Bless? How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you here. But yeah, they reached out. So Maxpedition will have a couple of reviews coming up. And there's just some other stuff on the plate, What's slowed down, though, is like a lot of more EDC gears coming my way and a lot less knives. So I don't know, but that could be just because the time of year that it is. I don't know. But, and also, too, some of the companies that I've done reviews for haven't really released a lot, But we'll see. We'll see. We'll play it all by ear. But, so you guys know, a couple weeks ago, we hit 2,500 subscribers. Well, we actually passed 2,700 this week. So I keep getting a big push. Well, there's some other, obviously, Instagram. I'm almost at 1,000 followers on Instagram now. So that's really kind of cool. On Facebook, I have so many Facebook friends. Um, and the channels page is growing it's as well. TikTok, we're at just about 500 TikTok followers, and we've only had TikTok for 2.5 months. So that's growing, and we're getting subscribers from those sources. So that's really kind of cool. I said we might make 3,000 by January 1st. We might. We might just make, because we've got the rest of this month to go, even though it's late in the month, you know, and then we've got all of next month. I think we could get to 3,000 subscribers. On the Edge EDC, hello there, channel member, my friend. What's up? Hanging out in work mode. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I work in a lot of chats because a lot of times I'm working on other stuff. Like tonight, when Zach's stuff was on, I really couldn't say, I wanted to say hello to everybody individually, but I was actually cooking dinner while he was on. And I was sauteing broccoli with olive oil and garlic, and there's no way I could sit and type while I'm doing that and doing other stuff, and I was making chicken at the same time, and so it's hard sometimes. But I work a lot, even though I don't necessarily like participate in the chats. I try to as much as possible, though. So there are a lot of times where you guys might be live and I might be busy doing other stuff, but I'm working. I do that a lot with Ron Crow, because Ron is on at a time where I'm usually busy, but I'm glad to have everybody here. Appreciate all of you. Now, keep in mind, channel memberships are open. So if anybody would like to join the channel, feel free. I would appreciate it. You're not required to, though, but we're going to have next week. I was going to do it this week, but I waited because I wanted to see where we were at with the membership, not the memberships, with the subscriber count. So we broke 27. So we're definitely going to have a nice giveaway for next week. I have to figure out what we're giving away, but we're going to have a good giveaway for next week. Like I said, tonight we're just going to do a quick giveaway. I'm going to give away one of these fastbacks that's here in the 2-pack, So now let's talk about what we're all carrying today. I will start, and then we'll go through what you're carrying. So I'm carrying a different multi-tool. I am carrying the Byberry 9227848. You guys remember I did a review on this, and I like this. This is a really good multi-tool for the money. It's obviously influenced by a certain Leatherman. We know that. But if you're looking for an inexpensive option that's built really well, this is it. This has everything I need, So I was carrying that instead of my beloved Power Pint. As always, I have my Swiss Army knife SD Classic. I've got my Gear Infusion Ever Ratchet, right? Then in the other pocket, what do we got? We are carrying the Rough Rider Barlow. I love this little knife. Big Red had shown this on his channel, and as soon as I saw it, I kind of fell in love with it. It's a nice, inexpensive slip joint by Rough Rider. I love the shape of it. I love the blade. I love everything about this. And it feels really good, and it's not too small, And then I ordered this slip from Olight, which was actually made for their optical tool, but it works really well with this, because when you line it up, because of the hole spacing, it sits right there with the screw on the front and the screw on the back. It's almost like it was made for it. So I have that in the pocket. What else? Eyeglass cleaner. Lifesaver. You just never know. We need to freshen that breath. I was carrying the Arc Pro. Oh, and there's the one of the secondary Adventure 50 logos, the skull and crossbones, but the bones are actually folded knives, which is kind of cool. And then what do we have? As far as, oh, where did I put it? As far as the fixed blade, I took it off already because it was sitting. Carrying this guy, the Civivi. And this is the Bob Terzula designed Civivi, and I forget the name of it, but I'm carrying this guy. Really like that one. And then as far as knife goes, because I wasn't really leaving the house other than make a little trip to the supermarket today, I was carrying the tack knives. And last but not least, I am carrying my Right in the Rain Monsoon wallet with the Right in the Rain pad right there, and then the pen. And one more thing. And then I have my custom engraved Zippo. And then on the wrist is an Addy's dive. These are at a great deal right now. This is one of the inexpensive Addy's dives. You can get these for about $40, but right now on Black Friday, these are on sale for $29. So really great watch. If you're looking for a quartz dive watch that can take a beating, really great. Stacy Bolster Blades, hello there, my friend. Glad that you're here. Very cool. So that's what's in the pockets and on the wrist. So if you give me a couple of seconds, we'll get to what you're carrying, because I want to know. But, all right. All right. So let's start. I think I saw Neil drop the first one. Neil McKenzie, you've got the Kubey Vagrant, the Gerber US1, the Tiny Sog, and the Full Mauve Mini Light. Very nice, very nice. What else do we have? Who's got what in the pockets? Let's find out. Rams is Silent, the Leatherman Arc, the Leatherman PS Squirt, the Sog Power Pint, the Olight Mini 2, the Rovivon Aurora 4, the Olight Pen, the Tacray Tyran in ZDP 189, the CRKT Obake Fixed Blade, and the Knapslander 2, and the Outdoor Element Neck Knife, and a Zippo with the Bit Kit. Wyvern Kodiak is carrying the Kaiser Critical, the Civivi Elementum, Warney, and some no-name pry bar, and the Sog Power Pint. You guys know I love my Sog Power Pint, but I wanted to carry something a little bit bigger this week. So let's see, who's next? Ed Gordon, the Kaiser Evenki 2 Fixed Blade. Okay. Inexpensive and really handy. Very cool. I have to check that one out. It's a way for me to try out AEBL steel. I like AEBL steel, by the way. I have a few knives with it. And you have the Olight, the O clip. Love the O clips. That's what's actually lighting up that sign in red right there, the original O clip. And then I've got two of them right here, the newer O clips. Love the O clip. Let's see. Okay. KR Knives, the Best Tech Swordfish and Magna Cut. That is a great deal for a Magna Cut knife. Really great deal. They're not expensive. It's Magna Cut, and Best Tech makes some really great stuff. So on the edge, you have a brand new Thunderhead. Beautiful. That is beautiful, actually. The Robin Dallum, the Vulcan Knives, Custom Warney, and a Kelly Fist. Thumbs up to the Kelly Fist. Love that. Who else we got? Robert Jones, you have this Strider SNG hybrid in your pocket, but you're flicking an N1 Cornerstone. Very nice. Very nice. Cicero has the Stout V2, the Smith & Wesson Sideburn, the Gerber Center Drive, and a Casio WH1200. Good call on the Casio, definitely. Center Drive's pretty cool too, actually. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Skull EDC has the C. Risner Hot Brass Jack and Albaline, the Best Tech Dundee, and a harmonica. Nothing wrong with harmonica. Beats a kazoo any day of the week. Just saying. All right. Stacy Bolster Blades. You got on recently got your CJRB Droma and a Mallory design and a purple drop bear. Very nice. I like that purple drop bear. I saw you posted that the other day, and I have the CJRB, the Droma as well. I love that knife. That's somewhere in that pile of knives that has to be put away. In fact, can I see it from here? No, I did put it away. Okay. But trust me, it's there. Love this. I love the Mallory designs. Let's see. Probably far behind here. Oh, poor Robin. You had to get that joke, huh? Do you own the place? Nice. Stephen Parks, the Fenrir top liner lock. Love the Fenrir. Fenrir is such a good knife. Really is. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Roger Baker. You're carrying a Boker lockback, a Watchman fixed blade, the Casio DW5600, the Olight O-Clip Pro, Phantom Squadron, very nice, and the Wee Knives titanium pry bar, very cool, very good carry there. By the way, Watchman makes some really good, inexpensive knives. I like them a lot. I have. Where's my Watchman? Where's the Watchman? Watchman over there? Why is it whenever I'm looking for a knife, it's not where I left it? Oh, there it is. It's right where I left it. So, I'm a big fan of Nessmuck knives, and I got this one. This Watchman Nessmuck. Love this knife. One of my favorite little fixies. You know, they did a great job. The jimping right where you need it. Full 4-finger grip. Well, actually, 3, yeah, depending on how big your fingers are. But just a really nice knife. They did the sheath really well. 14C28N blade steel coming in. Full tang, G10, coming in at around the $25 price point. I don't think you can go wrong. You can buy these all day and never go wrong with it. You know, plus it's done really well. Like, it came sharp out of the box. You know. Let's see, who else has? Matt Maurer carried his Sencut Excalius today. I don't know that model. I mean, let me rephrase that. I've seen the model, but I've never held it or see what it feels like. I do like Sencut. They just make some great, inexpensive knives. Nothing wrong with anything Sencut does. Let's see, what else? Am I missing anybody? William Hornbustle. I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello there. I'm glad you're here, buddy. James McCann, welcome in, welcome in. I don't know if I said hello to you before. So if I didn't, welcome in. So William Hornbustle, you have what, 5 Fenrirs? Very nice. I only have the one. I have the one that Tenable sent me to review, and I love that one. It's the one with the crossbar lock. But that became one of my favorite knives. I love the shape of it. I love the feel of it. They did such a great job with that, you know. But what do we got? Anybody else? Anybody else have a carry? Brian White, hello there, my friend. I didn't realize you were here. Welcome in. And Mickey Bobby, hello there. What? Oh, the one I was showing on screen. This is the Watchman Nessmuck. Watchman makes quite a few underrated fixed blade knives that are in the budget realm, even though I hate that word, but they're in the inexpensive slash affordable realm. And they do such a really good job with them. You know, Chinese company, but they do a great job. I got to give credit where credit's due. Let's see. So Brian White, you have the TCal Accomplice, the QSP Knives, Baby Penguin fixed blade, the QSP Knives, Baby Penguin, fixed blade, black sheep's foot with blue glow in the dark shredded carbon. Nice. And the P365, very cool. Speaking of TCal, all right, so I was in TCal's Whatnot on Thursday, and they had blems of the CW folding knife that were selling for $99. And I was busy at work because they go on when I'm at work, and I had them in the background, and I got caught up with a client, and I totally missed the end of the live stream because I was going to buy one. Well, they're not available on the website. Now, you can pre-order the CW folding knife now, and they're going to be released. Well, you can pre-order them right now and configure them. They start at like $225, but they had blems for $99, and I'm already getting one because I was a Kickstarter backer. Like I said, I was backer number 1. So I was like, well, let me see if they still have them. So I quickly sent off a letter, email to, because nobody writes letters anymore, but I sent an email off to TCal. Within like 10 minutes, I got a response from China, and she sent, not China the country, but China, the lady who works there. And she sent back an email saying, yeah, we still have them. If you want, I can invoice one, even though they're not on the website. And I was like, absolutely. So she sent me back the invoice. I asked her if we could put it as a PayPal, which we did, and I put it as a pay in 4 because I didn't want to pay all that money up front, trying to save. On the Edge with this super chat, $5. Thank you so much. You, if I can find where I put the phaser, we'll get a phaser salute. There it is. Thank you, On the Edge. I appreciate that so much. You don't know. I'm glad you love being here because I'm just trying to keep this, fun. We talk about knives, we talk about other stuff. I definitely, we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, we keep that stuff out of this. We don't need any of that. We'll just talk about the fun stuff. Leave that for other shows and whatnot. This is a safe space for everybody. Everybody's welcome. If I could reach out and hug all of you, I'd hug all of you. Not at once, because my arms just aren't that big, but But so, like I said, I reached out to TCal, and China wrote back, and so now I ordered one of those, one of the blems. So I'll have the first one that is from the Kickstarter, and then I'll have one of the blems. And I'm doing 2 different color handle ways, so that's kind of cool. I have had a lot of luck ordering TCal blems, and I know Kelly's Mismatch. I know Kelly's ordered some of the blems because sometimes with the blems, I can't see what's wrong with them. I know that Robert Willoughby, welcome in, my friend. I know that Tim Kell has very high standards, and he won't let anything out there that he feels, isn't 100% perfect. But I look at my TCal Piranha, which I left in the other room, but I can't see what's wrong with it. And the discount they gave me for that one, because that one, when I ordered the TCal Blem Piranha, wasn't on the website at all. And I had reached out to TCal customer service, and I said, hey, do you have any blems available? Because at the time, they didn't have any blems up on the, this was prior to the Patreon group, and they didn't have any blems listed on the website. So I reached out to them. They're like, yeah, we have a Piranha. And they gave me a phenomenal price on it. And I don't think they're giving prices that low anymore on the blems, but otherwise I wouldn't have had my first TCal. And then the second one I bought, the Agent, the 004, was also a blem. So now I'll have 3 blems from TCal, and then when they ship out the one for Kickstarter, I'll have one non-blem. So I'll have 4 altogether TCal knives, and there is one more that I want. So yeah, exactly, and that's exactly, Robert. That's exactly what I've done. They're so awesome. I mean, they're again. I was talking before about companies who have had fantastic customer service, NAFs, um, Kershaw, Wuben, and TCal, and that's why I'm loyal to these companies. Obviously I'm loyal to Aries EDC. I've had them, because I mean, when you deal with Aries, you're not dealing really with a company, you're dealing with one individual person, and he's fantastic. Um, no, I don't necessarily want another tactical knife. I think I want, I forget what is the DB, or is it the DP, the small one? I think I want that small little fixie, to use as like more of an EDC type of knife. The DP one, yes, Kelly, that's the one I think I want. I just want one to use the pocket dropper. I scout carry the 004 now, and I scout carry the Piranha because I have mine with the Century grip on it, because I felt otherwise it was too small for my big giant hands. Not that I have giant hands. I have extra large glove size hands. But oh, I'm sorry, there is one I want. I changed my mind on it. Originally, I didn't want the Melissa the backwoods knife. I didn't want one because to me that was so close in size, and it uses the same handles as the Piranha. But I think I do want one of those, and they do have them right now as blems. Just that we're too close to Christmas time, and I can't spend any more money right now. So I'm just going to wait and hope that there are some blems left in the new year. Very cool, William. Well, William, you're the one who gave me the idea of going with the Blem 004, you know? And then I sent it to Aries, and he did the video with it, and he didn't want to touch it because of it. So I just kind of decided, screw it. Actually, Geek Machinist pushed me. He was like, no, just do it yourself. He goes, don't send it anywhere, just do it yourself. So I did, and I put a decent edge on it. Is it probably as good as, like, if I would have sent it to Boston Blade Works or something like that? No, but it has a good working edge on it right now. So Elijah, thank you for pushing me into that. I meant to tell you about that. By the way, if you guys aren't following Geek Machinist on Instagram, you should be following him. He puts out some amazing photos of knives on Instagram that I really love. But also, too, at some point, I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't know, but I'm going to. At some point, he's going to be starting a YouTube channel based on fixed blades, and that's really cool. Fixed blades are his passion, and he knows his fixed blades. 1931 Leatherworks. Hello there. Oh, excellent, excellent. Now, with mine, the problem was the grind towards the front was too thick. So it really needed to be kind of brought down and slightly reprofiled. I didn't really do a great job with it, but I like I said, I put a good working edge on it, you know. So there's that. Now, what I really need, and actually 1931 Leatherworks, I may need you to make a sheath for it because I have a shitty sheath on it. Is it over here? Let's see. Yes, it is. I have it here. I've got this absolutely shitty leather sheath on it that I had on another knife. and it just happened to fit, but it's a terrible sheath. So so when you have yours, 1931 Leatherworks. So Terry, if you make a sheath for yours, let me know how much it would be to make another one for mine, because I really do want to get a better sheath for this. But like I said, I did put a nice working edge on it. So this thing feels so great in the hand. But it does fit in that sheath really well. I had this really cheap Pakistani knife, you know. All right. Very cool, Terry. I will talk to you. I'll get in touch with you and we'll go over. Very cool. Like I said, I had this Pakistani made knife. That was a really cheap knife. And I was like, that looks like it's the right size. And it is. It's perfect size wise. But and it doesn't come out. But I just don't like this belt thing. I want something that hopefully I could scout carry with. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually putting, in fact, where are they? I've got them over here. I have a couple of these that I'm just kind of wrapping around in between here. So it moves way too much. But it is what it is, you know. On the edge, just play with Instagram for a little bit. It's actually pretty easy. Yes, Paul Mills, I absolutely. I agree. And that's why I'm definitely gonna talk to Terry about that. That's awesome. You know. Um, on the Edge EDC, if what you could do is, um, I'll try and find you on there, and that way I'll follow you, and then you could follow me, and it's pretty easy. Like once you follow somebody who's connected to some of the other people, it's easy to start to connecting to people. But can't make the circles on top go away. We'll have to see. I would love to know why why YouTube is doing this thing where sometimes it's showing your screen name, sometimes it's showing your real name, and it's confusing me because I don't know who the way it's showing some people on here. It's just confusing me, throwing me off as to who you actually are. But I'm glad everybody's here. We still have 54 people here. Awesome, 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 awesome. So I'm not going to go as late on this one. But I do want to talk about some other things. Has anybody taken advantage of some of the Black Friday deals that have been out there? There have been some really good deals. Now, I will say Amazon's Black Friday deals, some of them aren't really deals. And what I mean by that, there are some knives on there that have Black Friday pricing, but those pricing, they're not really Black Friday prices. They're just regular sale prices that have been coming throughout the year. Nothing really special. There are a couple. I mean, there are some CJRBs right now and some Kaisers, but the Kaiser Black Friday sale pricing is basically the same pricing that was going on last week and the week before. I'm not seeing anything that's knocking me off my feet saying, I need to go buy. You're right, Kelly, but you know what? You're better off ordering it, depending on what your status is with Olight, you're better off ordering it through Olight because then you get your points. I actually ordered one from Olight directly. It was the same price, it was $49.99, but now I got my points. And I'm at a platinum level, so I get the free shipping on it anyway. So it's not going to come as quick. But yeah, definitely that is a great deal. But it's not like it's restricted to Amazon only. And I'm a boy who likes to get his free stuff and his points from Olight. You know, like as soon as midnight comes, I will be logging into Olight to get more of my coins and spin the wheel. You know, but yeah, yeah, it has turned into Black November. Like forget about Black Friday. It's like even the company I work for, they started their Black Friday like I think it was the first Thursday in October. So it's like kind of crazy, you know. But it is what it is. I'm sorry, the first Thursday in November, not October. But yeah, very cool stuff. Um, I know like White Mountain Knives does have some good deals on stuff, and they've got deals right now too. Where if you pick out like say a Kubey, depending on the Kubey, if you pick it out, put it in your cart, it'll show a lower price than it is on there, and they have some of those throughout their website. You know, so you have to go on White Mountain. You go up to where it says sales in the drop down menu, and it'll say like Civivi sales, Kubey sales, or you know, and they've got a bunch of them that are on sale where you get some better prices through there. But again, nothing is, you know, Gareth, hello there. How you doing, my friend? But nothing is really, I don't know, blowing me away. I did get in on the drop for the new yeah, that's a good deal. Which one did you get? Did you get the cool whale or did you get the rhino Ramses? Just curious. Because the cool whale I really like. That's a I think that's just a banger of a knife, you know. Fact. Fact, that's it right here. The rhino. Yep, have that one here too. Love both of them. You know, both of these at like that $30 price point. I don't think you could beat. I think Remet at this price point, man, they're doing a great job, you know. But yeah, but yeah, the cool whale I recommend highly. You know, I mean it's a very as far as the blade shape and everything, I think they did a good job. I mean it's nothing super special or innovative, but it's a good all around package. Yeah, Matt, definitely. Oh, and whoever ordered, I don't know who did it, but someone ordered the the Wuben flashlight that was in my video the other day, and they used my affiliate link. Thank you, because that really does help the channel a lot. Um, and I get a notification whenever you guys use the affiliate links. Sometimes I get a little bit of a kickback, but more importantly, using those affiliate links that I have in every video, every live, helps the channel. In a lot of cases, there's discount codes that are already built into the affiliate link. Some of you have to enter the code, and I have the codes there. But what it really does, it tells people that you're watching my videos more than anything, you know. So it's kind of cool whenever you guys use an affiliate link. And like I said, you can save some cash. And I know all of us on here have affiliate links. So, but if you happen to be watching one of my videos and you like what I'm showing, you know, use my link. You know, or if you are on Big Red's channel and you're watching one of his videos and you're thinking about ordering something, while you're ordering it, use his link. Whoever, just use the links from all the different creators. It really does help us all, you know. I'm sure I have an affiliate link for Wixco in my description there. Wixco gave me an affiliate link, and they believe there's a discount code there, or you might get it automatically when you go use the link. I don't remember. There's so many links there now, including I added one today. What did I add? I don't remember. But I added a new affiliate link. Actually, let's see. Let's look at the description. Let's look at the description. Okay. Also, too, there's the Adventure 50 shop, and there's all kinds of Adventure 50 merchandise, by the way, which is that actually helps if you purchase any of those articles, whether it be mugs or anything else. That helps the channel as well. Anything we make on off of that just gets reinvested into the channel. All right. Yes, Amazon does have a lot of cold steel deals at the moment, but you can get those cold steel deals. See, again, this is where it gets a little bit dicey because you can get those cold steel deals on any of the major retailers. And if you get points, sometimes it's worth it. And if you're doing a big enough order where you're not going to pay shipping anyway, and you're not in a rush, sometimes it's worth it to do it through the big vendors. Whether it be Smoky Mountain Knife Works, Knife Center, any of them, whoever you use. I'm very partial to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I'm very partial to White Mountain Knives. But I've had good experiences with REI. I've had good experiences with Blade HQ. I've never had a bad experience with Knife Center, but I have had really long delays in shipping from them. They seem to ship slower than the other companies. That might be because of where I'm located in comparison to where they're located. I don't know. And the one who I don't recommend is the Chicago Knife Works, or whatever they're called, Knife Exchange. They take forever to ship. I'm talking about, like, you purchase it and they won't ship for 2 weeks. Even stuff that's supposedly in stock. But it's all good. All right. Who's ready for a giveaway? I am. All right. So we are going to play the numbers game. We didn't prepare very well or prepare a video. So we are going to be giving away, for everybody who just got here, we're going to be giving away one of these. I got the 2-pack of Milwaukee Fastback utility knives with your bit driver. These serve 6 functions in one. I don't need 2. We're going to send you one of them. So everybody up for that? We're going to give one of those away. So we're going to play the numbers game. We're going to play the numbers game. I'm going to write a number in this here log and jotter book. And we're going to hold up the range. Okay, who's ready for the numbers game? If one of the mods, well, let's go with the rules first. 1, you must be 18 years or older. You must live in the United States of America. You must be subscribed to the channel, which I'm pretty sure all of you are subscribed to the channel. And you have to be willing to wait about a week for me to ship it out. I got some other stuff to ship out. But if one of the mods can give me a go sign on the screen, and then we'll get going. I'll give you the number range. Salvo Zen, hello there. Welcome in, my friend. I didn't think you were here before, but I'm glad you're here now. Appreciate you being here. All right. Are you up to date? All right. All right, Stacy Bolster Blades with the start. So the range tonight is 200 to 400. Again, 200 to 400. And the number is here in the book. So we will hold the book up so we know there's no shenanigans. Actually, maybe I'll just do this like Big Red does. I'll put the book right there. I'll look silly, but. Do. Everybody get their guesses in. We've got 54 people, now 53. We should get about 50. That made me happy. Mick Ranger. DSKFS for Fed Harrison. Very nice. Very nice. We got some good guesses coming in. We got some good guesses. Do 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 do. Demonoc 13, welcome in, welcome in. I don't think I said hello to you yet. Glad you're here. Guesses we live in a giant's eye. Very nice, Donnie. All right, we'll give it another couple of minutes. Make sure everybody's got their guesses in. We've got a large amount of guesses so far. I don't know if everybody's guessed who's eligible, but let's see. Unfortunately, Gareth, I can't ship to you. You're not in the U.S. We'll have to figure out something around that, you know. All right, it looks like the guesses have slowed down. Anybody last minute guesses? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Robin's got his guess in. Well, Gareth, if you have a proxy, that would work. I'm not against sending to a proxy. Just with the way shipping costs are, it costs me like half a week's paycheck to ship to where you are at the moment, down in South Africa. Speaking of Africa, so the Toto song, Africa. When I was a kid, I didn't realize they were singing I Bless the Rains Down in Africa. I always thought they were saying, I guess it rains down in Africa. And I was like, that seems kind of weird, but I went with it for years. And then as I got older, I really understood what they were saying. I was like, oh, it's not I guess it rains down in Africa. You know. All right, there's the stop sign. There's the stop sign. So the number is, let's get that out here, 366. Upside down. 366. 366. So I saw one that was very close to 366. We have 357, but I think there was even closer than that, if I remember right. I think Ed Gordon has 363. I believe that's the closest without going over. It looks like Ed Gordon, you might be the winner. Yep, it's Ed Gordon. Ed Gordon with 363. The number was 366. Congratulations, Ed. You will be getting one of the Milwaukee Fastbacks. Now, I'll give you an option. I can either just cut this down the middle and ship it to you sealed, in half of it, or I could close it up and send it to you, in a smaller package. Whatever you want, you just let me know. You can reach out to me on Instagram, and that's going to be Adventure50 on Instagram, or you can reach me at ADV50 spelled out at gmail.com. Just get in touch with me either way, and I'll make sure you get this. And that'll be going out with Rolf's package this week, because now that I showed it on the video, I can send it to Rolf. So congratulations. Oh, no problem, Ed. Appreciate you being here. So very cool. Glad I could do that. By the way, I'm gonna post a post showing my little filming desk that I use, which is only temporary for now. You guys won't believe how I shoot my videos. When you see like behind the scenes, like you'd be like, wow, you shooting that little table? Yes. But yeah, Ed, congratulations. Very, very cool. Very cool. So we're almost at the end of the show. We're not there yet. Anybody have anything you want to talk about? I'm open. Oh, Gareth, if you have a proxy, feel free to. I'm very happy you're here, Gareth. I appreciate it. More than you know. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you have a proxy, feel free at any time. It's just that it gets so expensive. But yeah, if anybody has anything they want to throw out there on the table, feel free. Now is your time. Let's talk about abalone. I don't have any knives in abalone. Now, I have plenty of guitars with abalone inlays, but I don't have any. Do I have any within reach? I don't think so. But I don't have any knives with it, Yeah, Karen, that's the one I ordered. I meant to say I was starting to talk about that before. I did get in on that on the new Jack Wolf, the equal end, and I ordered. I was going between the abalone, and the camo carbon, but I am a sucker for 80s camo carbon, so I was like, I had to go for that route, But yes, I really like it, and it's really funny because I like it on guitars as well, like as far as the inlays go. But I think it looks even better on knives. James McCann, yes. Yep. I'm not a seafood guy. No. We won't go there, Gareth. No. This is a safe space. One, I don't want any of the ladies here to kill me because I really do like them all. So we won't be going there, Might be putting up a new art soon. Yeah, abalone is definitely gorgeous. Like I said, but I think it actually looks better on knives. On knife scales, it looks so damn good. I just for some reason, like I said, I had a choice on that Jack Wolf between the abalone. Well, here's the thing: when I bought when I bought the Gateway Barlow, the abalone was sold out, so I went with the only one I could get, which was the wood handle, which I absolutely love. That's right here. And that was this guy. I really wanted this one in the abalone, but I settled on this one, and this one I actually has really grown on me. I think it's beautiful. I think this one is just really, really done well. But I said this time I wanted to go with either the abalone or the camel carbon, and I had them both there, and I was just like, well, let me go with the camel carbon. I just thought, you know. By the way, that Jack Wolf almost matches that pen. This is a pen from, where did I get this one? The Jamestown Settlement in Virginia. I picked up this pen. I really like this one. Writes well. Looks really cool. But yeah. Lancelot Leather, hello there. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad you could be here. So we're almost at midnight. We still have 48 people here. That's awesome. That is really awesome. I'm glad you guys all came to hang out tonight, because I'll be honest with you, after having that rough week at work, this was not a fun weekend for me with everything that's been going on. And hanging out with you guys has really made it feel great tonight. And thank you so much. You just don't know. You just don't know. Good night, Mackenzie. Appreciate you being here, brother. And thank you everybody who's, since the channel's become monetized, giving, who's gifted memberships, become members, super chats. Thank you for all of that. It really means a lot, And like I said, I just hanging out with you guys tonight just really has made me feel so much better. Put me in such a better mood. I was really down this weekend, and this is great. This is why I love hanging out with you guys. It just, I feel like I'm hanging out with my best buddies, even though most of you I've never met in person. But I hope to at some point, like I said, going to Blade Show Atlanta is a goal of mine for next year. Hopefully I can meet up with a bunch of you people. And I'm going to be going to the New York Custom Knife Show in February, which would be really cool. Oh, Donnie, feel free to chat up as much as you want. I appreciate it all. Now next week, I think I want to have a guest on the show next week. So I just haven't figured out who I want to have on the show yet. But I'd like to have someone on the show next week so we kind of, not just me doing all the talking, Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Wyvern Kodiak, for putting my code in. Yeah, if you guys want Wixco or Ferromonster, definitely use my links and use the codes. Like I said, it helps the channel a lot. Lets them know that you guys are watching my stuff. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Stacy. Stacy, it's funny. I was going, unfortunately, my dining room table has just become the catch-all for everything that's in the house right now. Mail comes in, I put it on the table. Packages come in, I throw it on the table. Because we never eat at the dining room table. Ever. Except for like around holidays. So we'll be clearing off the dining room table coming up in the next week. But I was going through stuff today, looking, and I was like, yes, and I came across, I've got your envelope with the bunch of stickers you sent me, which, by the way, I've included a bunch of your stickers in the recent giveaways. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad you sent those to me. I've got to get stickers out to people too. I have a lot of new stickers that came in. Oh, real quick, something I was thinking of. You guys know how my logo, it says EDC and Knives. I'm thinking about changing that to EDC and Outdoors. And the reason why is because I want to advertise my channel. And some of the places won't let me advertise because it says knives in my logo. So I'm thinking about changing that to EDC and Outdoors. So I don't know. That's something I'm kicking around because I also do a lot of outdoor gear besides just knives. So at some point. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, Wyvern. I'm going to, yeah. I just don't know. I don't know if you hear when I was talking about possibly I might do something insane either Black Friday weekend or New Year's weekend. I might be doing a 24-hour marathon to raise money for cancer awareness, where I'll go 24 hours and people can donate to the American Cancer Society, or I'll have links where you guys could donate. I want to see, because I know, like I said, on LawTube, you know, the Stephen Parks, I will follow you back on Instagram. I saw you just followed me. Excellent. I just got the notification. Um, and Runkle the Bailey, he's a lawyer in Canada. He does a 24-hour live stream to raise money for a children's hospital. And I think I want to do that. I think I want to try to do a 24-hour stream, and I'm thinking that would be a good weekend because I'll have a 4-day weekend. So if I did say, like Friday all night, like 24, starting like Friday at midnight and going all the way to Saturday at midnight, then I can recover Sunday. Same thing. I have a 4-day weekend this week, but it might be a little too short to go. Yeah, Robert Jones. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to change it to EDC and outdoors, because EDC and knives really does prevent me from advertising in places. Because of my position at work with being a marketing manager, I deal with a lot of newspapers and magazines and stuff, and I deal with like advertising, and I have some opportunities to advertise, but they're reluctant because it says knives in the logo. So if I change it to EDC and outdoors, I was lucky that I was able to get on the radio and actually talk about my channel at some point, which, by the way, that got me a lot of subscribers. EDC and souvenirs. Yeah, well, I do have a lot of those roadside attraction videos. So yeah, that would be funny too, but no. EDC and outdoors, I think, is going to be the way we go, You're right, Stacy. But I know my sister-in-law, who is the one who is dealing with cancer right now. The American Cancer Society has really helped her, so I wouldn't mind donating to them. Like I said, because I know the kind of work they're doing with her and some other people we know. So, I think they're one of the more, from everything I've read, they're one of the more legitimate ones. But yeah, I mean, that's something to think about too, definitely. But outdoor sounds good. All right, I think you guys made up my mind. I think that's the way we're gonna go. So, all right, we are just about at midnight, so I'm gonna wrap up. I appreciate all of you being here. Seriously, I do. It made me feel really great tonight. So, all right, folks, it is just about midnight. You know what I say. Have a great week. I'll see everybody else in the lives and everybody else's lives. But I just want you guys to know, until we meet again, keep your blades sharp. All right, folks, have a great night.